Saporista are proud sponsors of the Wonderbird show. Treat yourself to the wonderful taste of the Mediterranean, supplied by local artisans.
Happy Monday afternoon. Can we start?
How's everyone feeling?
Well, that's what I mean.
I have lots of miserable men in my house.
I know.
So
something never changed then, darling.
Darling, how were you? Were you caught between being half Italian and half English?
Well, I did feel my dad in the room. I lost him 3 years ago, but he would have been really annoying yesterday. He would have been supporting Italy vehemently. So I could feel him cheering in the room and everything. But I just feel so sorry for England, because I don't think it's down to skill. It was down to luck. And that's not what it should be won on. I hate penalties. I feel like we were so close, so close.
What's forgotten is that we were so amazing to get to the final.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And it's the World Cup next year. So let's hope that it's just like in training for the World Cup. They're going to win that.
But also, I think when people win on penalties like that, and it really was neck and neck and neck, it was, it was really a draw. Really, I think.
It's a flip of a coin, isn't it?
But I bet they don't feel like that, though.
No, they don't. But the British goalkeeper, the English goalkeeper, was fantastic, wasn't he? I mean, he was
incredible,
amazing. But I mean, the other one was an absolute giant.
He was actually. He was big
or something. He was enormous. I mean,
I know.
But it is just luck. It is just luck, penalties, because they can all score penalties. It just, the guy goes the right way or the wrong way. It's they work their little socks off. I just feel so sorry for them. But well done for even getting there.
I had to keep switching off to other things to just try and keep sane. That's why I'm on the coffee this afternoon.
Yes, but you're on the coffee most afternoons, darling.
Not the gin or the Baileys, darling.
I wish.
Anyway, Sherry has disappeared.
Where's she gone?
Where is she?
I think Linda Lizardi has something to do with this.
Sherry, shut up, Sherry. Yeah, she's up here in the loft with me.
You're in your loft,
yes. Yeah, I am in my loft. Yeah, sorry for the boring background, but it's the only quiet place in the house. There's so much else going on that I can come up here, and we actually poshly call it our Sky Lounge.
Oh,
very
close.
It's just a lot.
Very impressive.
Absolutely. Anyway,
Linda is an astonishing person, because she can actually do everything. Apart from look gorgeous and take incredible photographs, which she does, she can also build kitchens. What else can you do, Linda?
Oh, I tile. I like to tile floors and walls, and I wallpaper, and I paint.
Marvellous. Can I book you, darling? Because I've got a whole hell of a lot of stuff I need doing here.
Well, I would say that I'm very good and I'm very quick, but I'm a bit bodgy. I do bodge a bit.
Don't mind.
Cut corners.
If I tear a bit of paper in the corner, I'll just stick it back down. Or
well, me too, dear. No, that sounds perfect. That's right up my street. Thank you.
I think actually most builders do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Actually, I had a tiler do a bathroom because I thought it's too important. I want this one done really well. And he did it so badly. It was so badly. He hadn't measured up properly. So I had a big bit on one side and a tiny bit on the other side. I thought I could have done it better myself. So I did.
There you go. You see.
So DIY with Linda, I think, is the next show.
That's the next show.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like doing, and I have attempted it, is plastering. It's really difficult to get it flat.
I only do that with my face, but other than that,
yeah, plastering on the makeup.
Yeah.
You have to fill in all these holes.
Yeah, those cracks. Yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
Actually, my builder, Steve, who did my last house and he always works with me, he actually said that he wasn't a builder. He would have liked to have been a plastic surgeon.
Really?
Yeah. He said
the same.
I'd have gone to him for an operation.
Yeah, no, but he said it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? You want to bring something back to what it was before, or make something.
Slightly different technique.
Reconstructing,
Yeah.
Put the scaffolding up,
and then on you go.
Renovating old stuff as well. I think last week I painted an old toy box and covered the top with material just to put pillows in and things in the spare room.
So a very good friend of mine is coming on today. She's also a Wonderbird friend, and she's an extraordinary lady, not just an actress. She's also got her radio show. She does so many things for charity, and it's the amazing Vicki Michelle.
Yay!
Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Dean.
Not
She
at
only
all,
did it
it's a
4
pleasure.
times.
Oh,
How much did you
girls,
pay
it's
her?
lovely
How
to
much
see
did
you all.
How much did you pay her for that, Vicky?
A lot.
Ooh, and you're looking gorgeous, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Can I just say, for the
You look
first time
absolutely
in a
beautiful.
long time, that there are now the brunettes outnumber the blondes.
Oh, yes.
You had to think of the word, didn't you, Harriet? You couldn't remember the word outnumber.
Well, no, it was more. What am I going to call them? The blondes, or whether I call us the brunettes? But I didn't know. Yes. Anyway,
Do we hear it for the brunettes?
outnumber the
Yay!
blondes. I couldn't believe
But
it. First time ever.
And also three brunettes with fringes.
Oh, yes. That
Do you know
hides a
what?
multitude of sins.
But Vicky,
It does.
honestly,
Now
every
then,
time-
who's
every-
got blue eyes?
Green.
none of us.
Oh, Dee's got blue.
Yeah.
Who's got green?
And
Two.
we've got brown.
Okay. Actually,
And what-
green is rarer. So, yeah.
But you know what, Vicky? Every time there's a picture of you, which there's many, many, many pictures of you on Instagram.
As are you, Linda.
Well, no, I'm sorry, but you have absolutely got a picture with every single person in the world. Every time there's a bit of news about anyone, there's a picture of Vicki Michelle with this person.
I think she's in the
I'll
Guinness
have
Book
to
of
look
Records.
through my-
Actually, I think she actually is in the Guinness Book of Records.
She is.
Yes.
Either that, or
She
she's
is.
very good at
Every celebrity.
I
One of
think
the
it
two.
is the fact that I've been around for a long time and met lots of people. And I suppose I've got photos from way back, but also when I was president of the Heritage Foundation, they took photos of all the people that used to come for the blue plaques. So we got loads and loads of photos with me, different celebrities. And it's been fantastic because, and people appreciate it and you keep in touch with them. So I'm actually...
What I was going to say was when I see the picture of you upside down on somebody else's phone, I always think it's me.
Oh, gosh. Well, it has been said we could be sisters.
Yeah.
And you
You
don't
are
need
very
any more
similar.
sisters, do you, Vicky? You've got enough sisters.
I've got enough. I've got three
Oh.
mad
wow.
sisters, which is
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah.
And they're
all
lovely,
funny.
Vicky. I love them all, your sisters. They're so
I
gorgeous.
know. They love you too, Dee.
Oh, thank you. And you all look so alike. You're all so beautiful. And you look like your mum, don't you?
Oh my God. Do you know what now? I look in the mirror and sometimes we were going out yesterday and I looked in the mirror and I thought, oh, it's my mum. It's actually, yes, we all really do.
Don't you find as we get more mature that I suddenly think, oh, those are my grandma's hands I'm looking at, and I suddenly notice things about me that I
think
thought
you're right,
I only
Harriet.
saw as a
Let's
child.
not
That
go
is
to the
true.
hands. Let's not do that. The hands.
No,
are-
Is that crazy? It's
You do
crazy.
really look like your mum, because I remember you brought your mum over for tea once here
Yeah.
to mine, and you are becoming her.
Yes.
I can
mean,
see
she's
it.
I mean,
She
I'm
was
very proud
beautiful.
to be compared because I think all of us got a little bit of mum. But,
Yes.
we didn't get the whole package. I mean, she's stunningly beautiful.
Stunning, beautiful.
Yeah, very much so.
Bones to die for, full lips, right to the end. And she never had a thing done. She had no surgery or anything. And she had less lines than me at like, nearly 90. And I'm going, what's going on? She was amazing.
Yeah, that's
And I think
true.
her attitude was, if you can't say anything nice about anyone, don't say anything at all. And
Oh.
she never heard that. I never, ever heard my mother ever say a bad word about anyone. Ever.
Well, that would be
That's
no good for us.
lovely.
We
I
wouldn't
think
have
I've
a
gone by
show,
the wayside a
would
few times.
we wouldn't have a
Yeah,
show if we did that.
That's fabulous. Do you know, Vicky, last time you were on,
Yeah.
I wore a beret and a striped top.
I was just
nobody-
going to say to you,
And
thank
nobody
you.
said
Dee.
anything, Vicky. Nobody said anything.
I was
So I
just
thought I'll say
about
it this
to.
time. Hello.
I was just about to say to you, thanks for the French, the French input.
Vicky, I want to
You look
ask you
great.
something.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, so were you just the three sisters, or
Yeah.
do you have a brother?
No.
It was just you three. So what's the age difference between you? Because I'm an only child, so I'm always very interested to hear about sisters growing up. So I was very jealous of not having anyone.
It's well, my Louise is an only child, but then I've got loads of sisters she's got loads of cousins.
Yeah.
Which is good. And but with 20 months between myself and my next sister down, Anne, who's, you know, see, I'm supposed to be the boss because I'm number one, right? But she thinks she's the boss because she's a Leo, right? So and you know Andy,
Yeah.
she's strong. So 20 months between her and I. And then there's Junie, and I think, and Susie was 8 years. So it's probably about 6 between, yeah. So I think 8 years between me and Susie, the youngest. And then Anne was very quick and June was a bit later than that, about 5 years or something. Yeah.
So did you enjoy growing up, all the girls together?
Yeah. I mean, Anne and I used to fight every day. Not just fight, punch ups. Do you know what I mean? It was like, it was major. Dad used to have to separate us, you know, so yeah, but you know, we really love each other. You know, they're here now, they're upstairs.
Oh, really? Did your mum keep trying for a boy?
That was it. She said to my dad, right, that's it, 4 girls, that's it, Joe, no more. So yeah, so she tried 4 times for a boy. In fact, my name was actually, if I was a boy, going to be Victor Michael.
Not George Michael.
I think they did want a boy. That was after my dad's best friend and my dad's father. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. So I ended up
So-
Vicki Michelle. Yeah. So
Yeah. So since we saw you, darling,
Yeah.
you've done loads of things, haven't you? Because I know lockdown was a bit of a struggle, as it has been for all of us. But how have you been doing since we last saw you? It was about a year ago.
it was. I think lockdown's been really heavy. I always look on the bright side, so I just get on with everything. I think in a way I'm quite lucky that, you know, because I tour so much in theatre that I quite liked being at home. But then, you know, eventually you just think, you know, I want to get out. But I think I've handled it quite well. I think I've handled it very well, but because I don't let things affect me. But I think that, you know, really you just think, when will it end? But also I've done lots of things like Zoom meetings, you know, charities, you know, all of those conference calls and things like we're doing now. So I've done all that, and that's been great. And I've got some great work coming up. I'm working, girls.
What are you doing?
I know.
Tell us.
How lucky am I?
Tell us.
Okay, so from the 10th of August to the 21st, I'm doing a play called Hello, Norma Jean.
Oh, I loved you. I saw that, I think, didn't I? I saw you at the King's Head.
At the King's Head, then I did it again at the park.
It's brilliant, Vicki.
Is it a brilliant play? And you will know all about that, Debbie, because you are fabulous at doing Marilyn Monroe.
Well, kind of. I did an impression of her, but I played a part that she played. But the thing is, I think that I loved it because it's such a brilliant play. But you were amazing in it because she isn't Marilyn Monroe.
I know, it was like a whodunit. And also I'm aging up. You know, I'm playing sort of 80. So this is Marilyn Monroe if she'd still been alive now.
Oh, I see.
and where are you doing it, darling?
I'm doing it at Theatre on the Coast in Southwold.
Wow.
You know, Southwold. So this is ambassador for the theatre. And so I'm part of it. So Matthew Townsend said, who I did Salad Days with, said, would you do the play? Because he said he thought it was great. And so I'm doing that. And then when I finish that, so that's from the 10th to the 21st of August. And then after that, I start rehearsals at the end of September for a play called Dirty Dusting, girls.
I've seen the poster.
You'll love this. Has anyone seen it? Because it's been out before.
No.
Okay. So it's about these 3 cleaning women. So you can imagine, like the attire, old cleaning women, right? Something I never want to look like, I'm looking like. And they're going to be made redundant. So they decide, and while they're working in the offices, they get this call. And it's a wrong number for a chat-up line, a naughty chat-up line. So anyway, when they know they're going to be made redundant, they think, oh, why don't we set up, no one sees us, no one knows what we look like. Why don't we set up a naughty sex chat-up line? So that's the premise of what it's about.
That sounds
But
brilliant.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Who are you doing it with, darling?
Vicki?
Sorry?
Who are you doing it with?
I'm doing it with Leah Bell. Like she's, you know, she's great and does comedy and everything. And Vicky Entwistle from the Coronation Street.
Yeah.
Right. And we did a photo shoot the other day, which was hysterical. And there's one bit, I don't know if I can see that. Well, I'm going to say anyway. Anyway, there's a photo there. And there's the three of us. And we're supposed to be listening to these calls. So I'm like sort of, oh, and Leah's like, and Vicki enters, so sorry, but she looks like she's having an orgasm.
Brilliant.
Well, I hope we're going to see that on
darling?
I hope you're going to post that on Instagram.
Yes, definitely.
I'm going to tell you something that nobody knows.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you something because many years ago, and I don't know if you girls actually, Harriet might and Linda might. Did you ever know my friend Glyn Picton?
No.
Glyn Picton's great friend, was really helpful. But Glyn used to have all the, he used to run these sex lines. And it was really funny because he rang me up and said, you know, would you do some voiceovers for us? I said, no. And he said, no, I don't mean like that. I just want you to do the actual like welcomes, like, hello, press 1 for straight sex, press 2 for gay sex, press 3 for transsexuality. And it was like, you know, and welcome to the sex line. And it was so, and he was sitting there laughing, but you know, it's a very straight voice. And David, my ex-husband, he did the blokes one, hello, you know, press 1 for straight sex, press 2 for gays, honestly. And so we did those, the voiceover. So when you rang those lines, that's, you've got us.
oh, that's amazing. Can I just say something, darlings? I've realised we actually should possibly start our own in real life. I've just suddenly realised we're all here.
Oh my God, we make a fortune.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we can all be about 20 different people because we can all do different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's call
I
it
thought you were
Wonderbirds.
20 years old.
It's called Wonderbird Sex. There you go.
Wonder sex.
Wonder Sex.
Sorry, Debbie.
So one of the episodes that I did with Lee Ridley, you know, the Lost Voice guy in his series where I played his mum, one of the episodes, he changes his voice to become all different people, but people that ring up who want to have sex who want to have sex with a machine. And there are, you know, there are people apparently that are like that do want to have sex with machines. Robots. Everyone's stunned.
Gosh.
I thought, do you mean washing machine?
Sex on the machine.
You mean hairdryer? What are you talking about? I wasn't sure. Blender? I didn't know. Yeah.
Well, you've heard about the women that like to sit on their washing machines and spin
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
in
What's
the 50s
that,
apparently. The vibration.
Yes,
Oh, and hang on, another plug I've got, girls.
Oh,
I'm doing
go on.
Panto in Grimsby.
Yay!
Yes.
And who are you doing that
part are
with,
you
darling?
playing?
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, usually I like playing baddie. But I'm
Yeah.
actually, it's Cinderella. So I'm the fairy godmother.
Yay!
Oh,
That's
I
brilliant.
always look at that as a year off. I'm back to baddie this year, but
Are you?
yeah, but when I do
Where
fairy
are
godmother,
you, Linda?
I'm in Whitley Bay.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Yeah.
And are you with Sam or not?
No, Lucy's playing Snow White. So I'm
Oh, brilliant.
Whitley.
That's so
Yeah.
good. That's so good.
Yeah.
I want
And
my
I'm in
Lulu
working-
when I do that
working-
part to play Snow White.
Yeah.
I'm in Woking with Gok doing the Wicked Witch, and here's the man in the mirror. There
Oh,
you go.
great.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it's brilliant. That's brilliant. I mean, I love Panto. Do you?
Yeah.
No.
Love Panto. Absolutely
Is
love
that a
it.
no from Debbie?
I hate Panto.
Why do you
Oh, I
why do
love
you
it.
hate
I love seeing
Absolutely hate it.
Panto.
I've always hated it. I would never ever want to do it. It's just one of those things. I don't like seeing other people do it. I love going to see my friends, but I would never ever do it.
Why?
And because I had a terrible experience when I first started in the business, where I played Princess Tangerina in a weird version of Dick Whittington. And I was picked up and thrown around, and I'm the worst dancer in the world. And one of the dancers got his head stuck in the back of my costume.
Oh, I didn't know what you were going to say there. Jesus.
Yeah, you can imagine, can't you?
Yeah.
And then my bloody
Yep.
dress fell off. And do you know what? I just thought, I'm never going to do this again.
Oh, that's a shame, Debbie, because you'd be really wonderful in Panto.
Yeah,
You would.
Godmother.
Absolutely.
I am just, as you know, Vicki and Linda, I am a good fan, so I come and see everybody. So I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you're a
I'm a
great
long
man.
way away, so I
Yeah.
don't mind if you don't come. It's a long way up to Whitney.
Yeah, but it is where
Yeah.
I come from, though, Linda. That's the thing.
Oh, is it?
We can go, can't we? Even though you hate Panto, Debbie.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I love watching it. I don't want to be in it. That's the difference. It's a big
You
difference.
can do
Oh.
a road trip. You can do a
Yeah.
Panto road trip, darling, in a van with you and Dee.
And Harriet's
We
just up
can.
the road. You're just up the road from me anyway.
Yeah, I'll be coming to
Yeah.
stay with you, just so you know.
No, it's just absolutely welcome. Harriet's den has already been made in my house.
Is it in the garden, sweetheart, or is it? Yeah.
Well, that's Kira's house, but you can stay there as well. Close. There's lots of places for you to stay, but actually, it's
Really
not far
lovely,
for you to
actually.
drive, is it? Really? Not
No,
far. No.
not far.
So Vicky, tell
Yeah.
me, what is the best part you've ever played on stage? What have you loved most?
Wow,
about it?
Linda, what have I loved it? Well, on stage,
Yeah.
I think probably the part that I always wanted to play, because I've done some amazing, actually, hang on a minute. So actually, this part of Hello Norma Jean is probably the best part I've ever played in terms of stretching yourself and becoming different.
Yeah.
So that would be it. In terms of what I always wanted to do and ended up doing was probably Miss Hannigan in Annie.
Oh, brilliant. part.
Brilliant.
Lovely part.
And what about you, Harriet? What's the best part you've played on stage, or the one you've enjoyed most?
Well, I know it sounds naff, but I always just loved it, whatever job I'm doing. I'm so grateful to do the job, and you automatically emotionally invest in that, don't you? But I adore playing Her Ladyship in The Dresser, and I also adore playing Vera in Maine, because they're both kind of, well, I only ever play psychotic crazy ladies, so you know, whatever's next.
And I believe, and I've seen them all, of course.
What about you, Debbie?
No, I've seen them all. The Harriet Thorpe, part of the Harriet Thorpe Appreciation Society. So I have
I'll pay you later.
I've schlepped around the country to see her in different things. I don't know
have.
why. I just go, I'm here.
What about you, Debbie? What have you played that you've loved playing?
Well, I mean, I suppose when I did The Sleeping Prince with Omar, that was, it was a pinnacle part. But I don't really know. I mean, as I've got older, and I haven't done very much theatre in the last few years, and I miss it. I miss it terribly. I'd love a really fantastic part, but I do love comedy on stage. I mean, I think that's my favourite thing, to hear somebody really, really laugh, and to get the audience. You know, when you get that audience and you feel that it just rises, doesn't it?
It's
and
true.
it is just the most fantastic feeling.
Yeah, well, actually, that's right, because the best part I've ever played was a Rob. Do you remember? Everyone is far too young, including myself, of course. Rob Wilton. We've heard of him, haven't we? He was one of the big comics of 50 or 60 years ago. And I did a two-hander with Ken MacDonald, who was brilliant comic. And I was his kind of fore lady. So I had to do impersonations as well. And we were on stage for 2 hours. We did a major tour around the country. And then BBC Two took it up as a play for today. This is 40 years ago. But it was incredible, so challenging, because it was, it was so sort of diverse. And I remember the first night I thought, I'm not going to go on because it was too much, but I did get through it. And it was amazing. And, as you say, when you get that sort of feedback from the audience, it's just awesome. And I think we all miss that.
That's brilliant. That's quite difficult.
Live. Play for Today live, filmed live. I thought it was.
No. They were. I did quite a few Play for Today's. It might have started off when it started off, but
that's what I remembered. But
you didn't do it 50. They haven't done live television like that for many years.
I meant back in the day. I meant back in the day, 40 years ago.
This was in the 80s.
Yeah, they didn't do live television in the 80s.
They didn't film it live, but we actually rehearsed it in the studio as a Play for Today. So they just adapted it, which was very, just small rewrites, but it was incredible. I've still got it actually on video.
Wow.
That's
it was amazing.
I should see that. I'd love to see that, Dee.
Thank you.
When we meet up, darling.
I mean, I think the thing is, I'm sure Vicki will agree with me on this, that one of the greatest things that we did in the 80s and the 90s that they just don't do anymore, and we miss them terribly, are the live audience shows with sitcoms.
Yeah.
I miss that so much.
You miss that because they were a bit of everything. You got your live audience, but you also got your telly. So it was everything. And I think, God, I would love all those those comedy shows to come back. It's such a shame they disappeared.
I think that, and also that, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm probably biased, it was laugh out loud comedy. I don't tend to laugh out loud. I watch comedy, but I think they're mostly comedy dramas. And so therefore it's not like you laugh like hysterically or cry with laughter. And that was what we used to have in so many great comedies. Now we've got game shows, everywhere. I love a game show, but enough.
Yes.
I think we need some really good comedy. And as you said, Debbie, with the live audiences, I think it brought that energy to the television as well, because you're working with a live audience. And David Croft, when we were doing LOLO, he said, look, I'm telling you all, I'm not putting, any laughter on. You don't get your laugh, you don't get it. It's not, we never used to put fake laughter on. So you really worked hard, and you were doing a performance with a live, and I think that energy came into the television. Whereas now, I think if you haven't got that audience, you haven't got that sort of fear factor, that energy, that nervousness that comes out.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's been going so fast, Vicki. We've actually run out of time.
Oh, hello. It's been so great. It's like just having a chat with the girls.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I love doing it. I love stepping in. It's fantastic.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Well, you're fabulous, Linda. So,
Well, thank you, darling.
Perfect choice.
It's like a kind of coffee morning, just coming along and doing a kind of a cup of tea in the afternoon.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yes.
Dee, thank you so much for your input with your berry and your striped top.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And Vicki,
it's a pleasure.
Vicki,
So
would you
lovely
like
to
to
see
come
you.
back? Vicki, please come back and be one of the panelists. Would you like to do that?
Well, I'll interrogate people.
Yes.
Oh, just for the laugh. Yes, of course.
Please.
Yeah, that would be
Please come back soon and say thank you for everything. And we will
Bye,
see
darling.
everybody on Wednesday.
Wednesday, dear.
Yes.
Wednesday.
What day are we? Who knows?
Who knows?
Bye.
Bye, my darling.
everyone.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Saporista are proud sponsors of the Wonderbird Show. Treat yourself to the wonderful taste of the Mediterranean, supplied by local artisans,